Alright, so I've been thinking about this, and though I want to talk to a lawyer, fact is I'm pretty sure I'm going to have to get an LLC. And I realized then, no matter what kind of organization, it'd be worth going ahead and putting up the articles. I keep forgetting what they call them, but you don't even have to have them in Hawaii in a lot of states, but everybody says you should, which is the operating procedures, how the partnership, even if you just have one person in the partnership, how it should operate. So I was going to define that, and I've been thinking about that, and I think, well, one thing, I had this idea that every participant member is just anybody that's given $12 for their year, right? And I thought of this idea of having, if you end up with an LLC, of somehow make it that that everybody that does that is a part of the partnership. The problem is that the owners of the LLC, of course, have this tax stuff. And who really wants tax liability just for, in principle, to say you own the company? So I think what we'll have is there's a certain amount of people. The partnership in the LLC will be open to people. Being a partner in that, I figure will put you on the advisory committee, and ultimately, if there's anything like a legal issue, it will come down to that group, just legally. But we can have a driving committee for the organization that is all the partners of the LLC, plus I was thinking something like one representative for every 100 users. And if we grew really big, maybe we could change that ratio, but I thought that would be good. And so the other issue is I was trying to think, well, to achieve this sustainable organization goal, if the company just puts all its profits back into itself and doesn't disperse them, then those aren't profits, right? But no, it doesn't work like that. So you have to pay taxes on your share of the profits in an LLC, and even if the company doesn't give them out to you. So if the company makes $100,000, you're going to have to pay taxes. And let's say I was the only one that was a partner in the LLC, I would have to pay taxes on that $100,000 even though I didn't actually get it. So the LLC has to at least pay out the taxes that you would have to pay on the profits that the LLC is pouring back into the organization. So I figured we would pay twice that amount, right? Calculate what the taxes are for someone, and we would pay them twice that amount to compensate for never wanting to underbid it, and also just, you're not going to be making money off this, so I think it should pay for the tax and the preparation, basically. And maybe that's an incentive for being an actual partner, because I like this, some of the way this would work out, though, is because we get people that really want to make this happen, put in resources, are willing to become a partner in the LLC. Everybody else that is just a participant, that would be, a customer, but is a participant member in this model, they'd be treated as a part of the organization. They'd help decide the administrative, there'd be a vote and everything, but we wouldn't complicate ownership of the LLC. So yeah, I think I'm going to write this up. Anybody else interested in writing things could submit them to me. I'm open to that. So I also found out that last time I was trying to incorporate something, I was in California, and the filing fees were expensive, and there were enough forms that you kind of wanted to have a lawyer. So I just put in my head, it costs $700, $1,000. Well, it only costs $50 to file here. For $150, you can get the filing fee and have no walk you through and make sure that your company name isn't taken and all this kind of stuff. So I'm also considering, maybe just going and getting that LLC started. Then we have an organization, which is, I've noticed a lot of my concern. I want to have done all this time budgeting on, is it technically possible? But since that's been determined, it's easy to become still to not become, but keep focus on that. And really most of my concerns are coming back to, let's have an organization that could take on this mission, and ultimately, in a way I couldn't. I'm not going to become an expert in law, but if this site had, 3,000 video producers and, 1 million viewers or whatever the ratio would work out, then would have the resources to to pursue this with good lawyers, and when I got. And in the meanwhile, I know we won't be having any big Supreme Court cases, but I just feel it's important to take the right step. And now, when you aren't actually threatened with litigation, is a good time to take correct steps. And then when that happens, you can hopefully be prepared and know what you stand and fight for and what your positions are. All right, cheers.